Hey Aquarius, how's it going? Welcome back to Filara Spirit. I'm Topher, and here in my world we like to mix spirit, science, and the art of deduction to help us turn imagination into creation. Let's get straight into this. This is a reading for you guys, a general reading for the month of September 2021. All the rest of my readings are timeless, so this will be in its own playlist. Don't forget to check out the other areas of your birth chart if this one doesn't resonate for you or for a bigger picture. And you can check out all of the information down below for personal and private readings via the link to my website. Check me out on Instagram, where you can see my brand new tarot deck being posted every single day, and TikTok for daily mini messages. So my nose has just gone very itchy for some reason. Let's get straight into your reading. Your theme song for the month of September is Flying. Okay, so I had a look at your reading last week, which was kind of about you conquering that tendency, Aquarius, to assume the worst sometimes, right? To maybe not assume for anything at all, good or bad, or maybe just to assume the bad because you don't think that you're going to get what you want. Essentially, this is what we all do it, right? But I feel like for you, or the collective Aquarius that I'm talking to, you have this tendency to hold yourself back from things that you really want, or to just tell yourself not to dream for anything or hope for anything in the first place, right? Because you don't get what you want. It's a little bit victim modey, a little bit martyry or whatever, but we all do it. Now, flying, which I love, by the way, that it's come out for you, for your month, for the month of September, this is all about letting your imagination run wild, right? Flying is the title theme from the Peter Pan movie, one of the Peter Pan movies, okay? I love all of them, but it's the title theme. We're just going to talk about Peter Pan, okay? Now, Peter Pan is I don't ever want to grow up, right? Never going to grow up, and it is kind of all about that childlike perspective where we dream and wish and hope for things, and when you're in Neverland, kind of those things are real, right? Because it's in Neverland. This is kind of September is you're starting to adopt that energy. You're starting to let yourself imagine things. You're starting to let yourself build a picture in your mind of your life or a certain situation, or even something very small, right, that you want. You're allowing yourself to start imagining what life would be like. You're starting to allow yourself to paint a picture. If this is a specific situation for you, like the job that you wanted, the house that you wanted, the person that you wanted, whatever it is, you're starting to allow yourself to actually paint a picture. I feel like before you were standing in front of this blank canvas and you were too afraid to paint. The universe has said, okay, what do you want? You've asked for this thing. What do you want it to look like? Right? I know you want this thing, because even if you act like you don't and you tell everyone else, obviously the universe knows what you want, what you truly actually want. And it's standing in front of you with this blank canvas, and it's said, okay, paint. Tell me what you want. What do you want it to look like? What colors do you want it to use? What shapes do you want to use? How do you want this to form, right? But before, you were too scared to paint. You said to the universe, well, what if I paint? It's not going to look like that. And why would I hope for something that I'm not going to get, right? And therefore, you weren't manifesting anything because the canvas was blank. September, you're starting to pick up that paintbrush. I can see you tentatively picking up the paintbrush and choosing a color, and you're allowing yourself to start painting, right? Which is amazing, you guys. So let's have a look at your main theme here. We're going to have a look at what you're clearing, your challenges, blessings, and we're going to have a look at advice as well for the month of September for Aquarius. The main theme here for Aquarius. The main theme for Aquarius. That's way too many. I can't take all of those. The main theme for Aquarius. Thank you. Oh, okay, you've got two. That's so cute. Oh my God. I just saw what the other one was because it came out on top of it. The high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, healing, and these are curiously almost the same kind of vibe, right? The same kind of not geometry. Oh, what do I want to say? theme, the same kind of feel to them, right? The same kind of, I mean, I want to say geometry as well. They almost look identical, right? Healing being healing of your high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, allowing yourself to imagine how happy you would be if you had what you wanted. You held yourself back from this in the past because you just assumed you weren't going to get anything that you wanted. Now that September, you are going to start, you're having this massive healing of this side of yourself, of this part of yourself that tells you that you can't be happy, right? Or that you can't have what you want. You make the most of what you have, Aquarius, but you don't, I feel like you haven't really reached for anything before. You haven't truly reached for something that you wanted. You've just allowed things to come to you, which is great, but you do end up not getting what you want because you miss opportunities, right? Allowing yourself to hope and dream for things and to start painting this picture of what you would like your life or this specific situation to, I feel like it's your life, or this specific situation to look like, you start feeling happy, right? You start feeling good. It wasn't as scary painting this picture as you thought it was going to be. You're actually just enjoying the process of painting the picture, let alone actually having something the way that you want it, right? Dreaming and imagining and seeing these pictures in your head, it helps you feel better. It helps you feel happier. It gives you something, just the hope and the wish alone is helping you feel so much happier, let alone actually getting things that you want. That is kind of almost where this ecstatic bliss comes in, right? Let's see what you're clearing. What is Aquarius clearing for this healing of this high heart chakra? Okay, two kind of came out flippy and then flipped over again. Seven of Scrolls, intricacies and industry. And the scribe in reverse. I love this so much. I love this so much. So much. Okay, here you are doing things to the letter. Here you are building things to the plans specifically, right? And here you are quite literally dashing those plans to the witch, throwing them to the side, right? Instead of trying to control every tiny little aspect of what is going on, instead of trying to make it precisely exactly the way that you want something, throwing those plans aside and saying, it's like you're throwing those plans away. It's like you paint the canvas and then you throw the canvas away because you realize that you are already building that picture that you're painting, right? Things are already starting to work out for you in so many different ways. And this has come from you letting go of control, right? It's you just painting out of pure free will, almost making this kind of image here where you're just swirling the paintbrush around and going crazy instead of trying to make it look precise and exact and have angles and corners and sharp edges and things like that. You're just painting with this free flow where I'm taking it moment by moment. I'm not trying to plan the entire thing and have it all concretely exactly as I want it all at once, right? I'm throwing those, I'm not doing things like that anymore. I'm seeing you just like, you're picking these plans up here that you were trying to build this very specific rigid structure and you're throwing those to the side. I don't need those anymore. They weren't serving me. I was doing all of this work by myself anyway, right? And you're just tossing them aside. And it's like you're doing things now. September, you're starting to do things from in here instead of up here, trying to have the building already built, right? You're not, I'm seeing you're like, you're going from trying to build this, right? Just like exactly specifically measured and precisely. And if it doesn't turn out that way, then everything is wrong, right? September, you're starting to allow yourself to do this, where you're just free flowing, where you're just letting it cycle in and out. You're allowing yourself to bask in the freedom of not having control, right? Where not being in control probably was a bit disastrous for you in the first instance, but September, you're starting to feel good about not wanting control, of letting things just flow, of letting things just pass through and happen, and you adopt them or you let them pass, however it is that you're taking each one of these situations. You're not trying to put every single specific brick into place and it's all measured precisely to the millimeter anymore. You're just, I feel like you're just abandoning that structure altogether, right? You're just completely abandoning it. And now it's just like you're walking over into the field next to where you were building it and you're just dancing around, right? Just dancing and prancing around like a happy little unicorn. Which again is kind of this dreamy, imaginative visualization energy. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. Oh my gosh. Because I've let go of that structure. I've let go of that control. I've let go of that need for things to be to the millimeter the way that I planned them, right? So much happier when you just flow with it. And you're much, much happier when you allow yourself to dream and wish for things, right? And not go based on so rigidly on plans and structures that you've built for quite a long time here. You have been building it for quite a long time, which is possibly why it was so hard to let go of the control, because you were so used to doing it, right? Whoa. Changa. Obsession. Yep. This is your challenge for the month of September. Obsession, and not necessarily obsession in a, you know, that sort of generic way of being obsessed with something, but I feel like it's the control. Letting go of the control, the need for control, the need for things to be specifically exactly this way, otherwise they won't be good, or they won't be productive, or they won't be okay. Just because things don't look the way that you expected them to, it doesn't mean that they don't work. Just because situations and people don't fit that picture that you had built, because you've seen so many other things in so many other places, it doesn't mean it won't work, right? I think when you're sort of opening your eyes and starting to imagine and let yourself hope and wish for things, you're sort of realizing that where you are, you're already on that path, right? It really truly is, it's letting go of the control. Letting go of the need to micromanage every tiny aspect of your life or a situation or even a person. Letting go of that thought pattern that if you want to get from A to B, there's only one way to go. Or to reach where you are and achieve this thing, there's only one way to do it. There's only one successful way. There's only that you're letting go of this. You're going to start seeing that there are other ways to do things, that there is more to things than meets the eye. That instead of sitting here and focusing solely and you're like on your own, you've isolated yourself, building this structure here. And look at all of, there's all this like free space all in the background. I feel like you're letting yourself go and explore there. Like, it's like you've been not noticing all of the possibility around you because you've just been here, like focused on, okay, this brick, I've got to line it up exactly like this, because if I don't build it exactly this way, then it will fall down. It's obsessive. It's an obsessive control of every tiny aspect. This is ending. It's starting to end for you. The process, the beginning of the end is starting for you in September, Aquarius, right? It's not going to happen overnight, but it's the beginning of the end of that way of thinking. The beginning of the end of the need for control, of the need to micromanage, of the need to do things exactly this way or it won't happen. That's not faith, right? The universe will give me what I want, but only if I do exactly these things in exactly this way. The universe, by definition, is like limitless. The point is limitless. So how is there only one way to do something? That's not being unlimited. Unlimited is an unlimited, infinite ways of doing something, right? Not one. But when you do that and you say, I can have what I want, but only if I do it in exactly this way, then not only are you restricting yourself from all of the other possibilities and ways that feel more comfortable to you, you are also saying to the universe, I don't trust you. I don't fully trust you to bring me what it is that I want of your own accord. I don't trust you or myself enough to be on it, to do what I want to do and to do what feels good to me, and still get what I want. I have to do it this way, and then I can have. It's complete. It's entirely limiting your whole scope, right? You're starting to work yourself out of this in September. Wow. Okay. Purity. I love this because this always reminds me of you. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Always reminds me of Aquarius and Cancer. I don't know why. Unicorns remind me of Aquarius and Cancer, and a little bit Libra as well. But the main point here, look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Again, yes. I mean, didn't I say you were prancing like a unicorn? I'm pretty sure I said you were prancing like a unicorn. You're trusting, yeah. You're trusting that when you abandon this idea of millimeter by millimeter, of it exactly being precisely exact, when you abandon this idea and you go off into this field in the background here and you start prancing and dancing around like it's like sort of, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I didn't even know all of this amazing stuff was around me because I was just looking down at these bricks here. That's when you start to trust. Your blessing is that you are understanding that as long as you have good intentions, as long as that you're always doing something and saying something and being a certain way from the purity of your heart for the good of yourself and everyone else involved, you can't step wrong, right? You will be on the right path, no matter what. No matter whether things look the way that you thought they were going to on those blueprints or on those plans or in your mind, no matter whether they come out that way or not, the fact that you are doing it from this purest place because it's something you so truly want, and because you know it's going to help everyone else around you, because you know it's going to contribute to the collective good of the consciousness and physical people around you as well, you can't be wrong. That is absolutely the right path, right? I want to say to you as well, don't feel selfish. Don't feel like you're being selfish for abandoning this structure and going, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to go hang out in that field back there and dance around like a unicorn, right? To not then feel guilty because you've abandoned it. To not let yourself feel like you have to go back to it. To not let other people make you feel like you've abandoned something. Why have you abandoned that? You were working on it for so long, right? I don't want it. I don't want it. And then trusting that when you say those things, or when you feel that way, that it's for the highest good of everyone, right? Regardless of how everyone else takes it. You know you're doing it with your best intentions, right? Now, your blessing in September is you getting to go and prance in that field, is you finally putting down the shovel and the cement and the bricks and the maps and just walking away from it. And like, okay, this isn't working. It wasn't working. I've been trying way too hard. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go and go and have a look at what it is that is around me that I've been missing, right? And then you feel so, I mean, it says ecstatic bliss. I mean, that is, yeah, if that's not ultimate happiness, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I also want to say, side note too, Aquarius, you have to remember that you deserve this too, right? Trust in the purity of your heart. It's ecstatic bliss. You deserve to be happy. And you know this deep down. Obviously, you know this, but your head tells you otherwise because you are Aquarius. Your head tells you otherwise. But your head is a big old fat liar. It doesn't know anything about the real you because it's programmed to respond to what everyone else thinks and what everyone else wants. Beautiful. Yeah, see? Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. Yep. And enjoy growth and reap rewards. Yeah, exactly. That this is happening for you, okay? This protective energy is being provided for you by your spirit guides, source, universe, God. You can interpret it how you want to, but this is absolutely you receiving that protection so that you can enjoy growth and reap rewards, right? But it's also you here, you're claiming this protective energy by doing things from this purest place. Because you're doing it from this place of this white light, this pure innocence, where you don't want anyone to get hurt and you just want the best for everyone involved, obviously because you're Aquarius, right? You want the best for everyone involved and the rest of the world. You can't put a foot wrong. You are automatically protected because you are doing things from that heart space, right? But then also it's giving you this, which is a moment and time for you to be actually sit back and enjoy reaping the rewards. You've done the work, the apples have grown, and that she's holding the apple, okay? Now you just let nature do its thing, and it's going to keep growing the apples, and then the apples will fall, and it will plant new trees, and you'll have more apples, and you've done it, you've done it, you've done it. You've done your work, Aquarius. You've done your work. I mean, I feel like I've said that to so many signs at the moment. People just not realizing like how much they've come through in the last year. I mean, we've all gone through things collectively, but we just forget to look at these things on such an individual level. You know, we've just, oh my gosh, you guys, where there's so much work to do, but we've made huge, massive strides in so many different things. And we've done it on an individual level as well. And sometimes we just forget to look in the mirror and go, the rest, just drown out the rest of the world for a moment. It's you. You did this for yourself too. Look at where you are now compared to where you were a year, a couple of years, or even 10 years ago. And how different your life looks, how much you've come through, and you are still here, still feeling like this, and still working yourself through to the point where you can get yourself dreaming and hoping and wishing. Do you not realize how incredible that is? Right? And to be honest with you, I really don't feel like you do. So September, yeah, all right. It's time to start realizing that. Your challenge, absolutely. Let go of control. Let go of control. And your blessing is, once that control is let go of, you can experience the ecstatic bliss of just going with the flow, right? Of just receiving things, receiving material abundance, receiving emotional abundance, receiving your highest fulfilling kind of energy in your everyday life, right? Because you're not going, okay, is this brick here? Is this brick here? Is it here now? Is it here now? Okay. No. So Aquarius, this is what I have for you. Let me know if it resonates. I hope you guys have a fantastic September, of course. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button to help me grow my channel. Check out all of the information for personal and private readings in the description box down below. Check me out on Instagram to see my new tarot deck and TikTok for mini messages. I love you guys. See you next time.